The black boxes have not been recovered at this stage. We can confirm now that the black boxes at this juncture have not been confirmed. This is absolutely important information that I've been able to source. The black boxes have not been recovered at this stage. Now, that is absolutely critical information right now. It is in the rear section, the tail section of the aircraft, and that we are now told through our sources has not been recovered, and that there's been confusion, but we are going with our information right now.
So the question is, what are the details which will be there in the black box? Because retrieving black boxes has been very, very critical in aviation accidents, Vishnu. And this is, of course, the worst aviation disaster, one of the worst aviation disasters in Indian history. And the question is, the cause of the crash will be known only if the black box is recovered. A black box will have a recording of close to 52 seconds, Vishnu, if correct me on this, and it has to be decoded. And how many days does it take? And more importantly, when we say a black box, how does it look like?
Yeah, I'm just going to explain this in half a second, Maria, but this is just to let our viewers know that the black boxes, now what is the black box? The black box consists of two components. There's a digital flight data recorder and there is a cockpit voice recorder. The cockpit voice recorder, as the name suggests, records conversations of the pilot. I think it's much more than 52 seconds. I think it's a substantive amount of time during the flight that the cockpit voice recorder records what was happening in the cockpit. But as importantly, if not more importantly, the digital flight data recorder is another component of the black box, as it's referred to, which on an aircraft as highly automated as this detects and records parameters, perhaps more than 1,000 parameters, and minute by second parameters of the aircraft, whether it's the hydraulic system, the engines,
the weather conditions,
the hydraulic systems, the engines, the auxiliary power unit, the instrumentation on board, the exact surfaces used on the wings of the aircraft, the flap setting, which is so important in the context of this particular issue. All of that, moment by moment, is sort of looked at. So where is that located? Now, the black box, and again, I keep saying this, I'll repeat it since viewers tune in and other people tune in as well. So at the cost of repeating myself, the black box isn't black in color. It's in fact a shiny, reflective yellow or orange. That's to ensure that it's easily visible. It's located on in the aft section of the aircraft, specifically near or below the vertical stabilizer or the tail fin. Now, that tail fin of the aircraft is broken and fallen loose, but the auxiliary power unit is what you see actually on top of that building. So can we just have that image, please, of the top of the building showing the tail of the aircraft, because that is where the cockpit voice recorder and the digital flight data recorder, in other words, the black box, is located. Why this placement? It's chosen because the tail is often the least impacted part of the aircraft in a crash. It offers the best chance for the recorders to survive the impact. More precisely, they are usually housed in the rear fuselage. That's the rear of the aircraft. Again, we're trying to find that shot of that rear fuselage, which is atop that building. It's stuck over there. Often it's usually kept in a reinforced compartment within this tail section. It's designed to withstand extreme conditions like high impact crashes, fire and water pressure as well. The exact spot varies obviously depending on the model of the aircraft which has been used. But it's that footage that's the one on the left hand side. I think it's somewhere over there where the black box of this aircraft is located. Now, that entire component, whether would possibly need to be lifted from that area for experts to be able to retrieve the black box. Now, that's going to be an extremely delicate and careful process that they're going to have to look at.